What makes Prince William such a successful royal? He may have to wait for quite a few years to ascend the throne, but there is no doubt that Prince William will become a great king when the time comes. He is one of the most successful royals in the family. He seems to have all the qualities needed to be a good ruler. When it is his time to reign, he is going to be more than ready. And why not? He has been training for this his whole life. But what makes the prince such a successful royal? Let's dive deeper. He had an incredible upbringing. Princess Diana had a huge role to play in how both of her boys turned out. The princess of the people was way ahead of her time. She inculcated in her kids the values of empathy, kindness, and connections. Diana said in an interview in 1995, "I would like a monarchy that has more contact with its people, and I don't mean by riding around bicycles and things like that, but just having a more in-depth understanding." She often took William and Harry to homeless shelters, hospitals, and other places from a very young age. She said, "I want them to have an understanding of people's emotions, people's insecurities, people's distress, and people's hopes and dreams." Even the Queen has an incredible idol to look up to. The remarkable job she has done ruling the country for so many decades, she has taught him a lot. With such strong women in the family, it is no wonder that the prince has grown up to be the perfect gentleman ready to rule the country. He can make a connection. Prince William knows how to make a connection. It doesn't matter if it is a small child or an elderly person or what walk of life they come from. William is great with everybody. This is a skill that his mother, Princess Diana, was known for. She could empathize with every kind of person she met during her time as a royal. It's no wonder she was called a people's princess. The same genes have been passed down to Prince William as well. He is well-rounded. Since William is a celebrity, you might have seen the many pictures that the paparazzi clicks of him, having dinner, walking his dogs, picking up his kids from school, going on royal tours, watching a game. If there is one thing to notice, it is that William is very well-rounded. He is good at everything he does, and he does so many things. This is a quality much essential for a king, to have the ability to adapt to any situation. Prince William excels at this. He is compassionate. Since William was around 12 years of age, Diana started taking him along with her on some of her charity works, like to a homeless shelter. After becoming a part of the royal family, Princess Diana made homelessness her first charitable priority. Not just that, but she wasn't afraid to meet those directly affected. This made an impact on William from a young age. He learned about compassion and giving back when he was very young, which helps him in his royal work today. He is respectful and appreciative of other cultures. As a royal, William has experienced several cultures, visited a variety of places, and met a lot of different people. He has been doing this since he was a baby and traveled with Prince Charles and Princess Diana on their royal tours. He has visited places like Southeast Asia, Canada, New Zealand, and many more. As a result, he is well aware of the different cultures and experiences these cultures firsthand when he visits these places. He loves and appreciates other cultures. This is a very good quality in a king, knowledge and appreciation of other cultures. He is a man of the people. Yeah, you can't be a king and a man of the people, but Prince William is as close as he can get. Yes, he has an extremely privileged life, but it is also true that he is much more humble and down-to-earth than most past royals. Think about it. He went to college with other students, married a commoner, and even his kids go to regular schools. A royal can't get more normal than that. He also knows that his subjects are his priority. Tessie Ojo, who has worked with the prince through his cyberbullying task force, told about how he sometimes goes where people might not expect him to. Like when we set up the cyberbullying campaign and he said to the tech companies, "You can't put profits before people." This sentence alone speaks volumes about the kind of royal William is and the kind of king he will be. He is a family man. Prince William is a man of the people, but he is also a family man. He is a loving husband to Kate and has her always by his side. He is a doting father to his 3 kids. Even though he is a royal, he isn't absent from their lives. He makes sure he spends quality time with his family every chance that he gets. He often drops his kids at school, plays with them in the backyard, and they all have been spotted as a family several times. Prince or not, this is always a good trait in a man. He has style. You cannot deny, the man's got style. Now, this is not the first thing you think about while talking about what makes someone a good royal, but impressions do matter. And as a king, William will have to attend many functions in formal attire, which he does with aplomb. Even his wife Kate has an incredible fashion sense, so he needs to match his game to hers. William sure knows how to rock a suit, and he also looks dapper in a tuxedo. Both William and Kate look great together with their sense of style. He is a good sport. Prince William has a great sense of humor, and he is an extremely good sport. This is something else that we love to see in a royal. This cheeky humor is what makes him more relatable to the common public. William has even appeared in a skit for the BBC and made jokes at the expense of the Netflix docuseries Tiger King. The special was a fundraising event and raised over $33 million. William is pretty funny, and to be able to make jokes at one's own expense is one thing you can admire in royalty. Even Diana was known for her sense of humor, so we know where that comes from. We like. He has experience. One of the most important reasons Prince William is a successful royal is his experience. Lots of it. William has been a royal his whole life, so it is apparent that he has learned a lot through the years. As a royal, he must have had royal training forever. Even as the Duke of Cambridge, he has been successfully fulfilling so many royal duties that it won't be very difficult for him to take on the role of the king. He is dignified and mature. British royalty is not without its fair share of drama, but when your life is always under a microscope, you need to be able to deal with it without showing it to the public, and William does so very maturely. He is always dignified and plays the role of a royal perfectly, without letting any personal dramas affect the professional front. You have to project the strength of the United Kingdom. That sounds ridiculous, but we have to do that, he told British GQ in 2017. You can't just be carrying baggage and throwing it out there and putting it on display everywhere you go. He is affectionate. Diana has raised William to be a gentleman. He is compassionate and affectionate, and it is easy to imagine that he would always be kind and caring to his staff as well. Diana was known for taking the time to learn people's names, a quality you don't see in many royals. Not just that, she would often spend time with the staff. As a modest royal, William is very similar to her. He cares about the environment. Prince William cares about the environment and is very active in the conservation of the natural environment. It is one of his key priorities, and he has publicly supported initiatives to fund conservation, community development, and environmental education programs across Africa. He has also led key programs like the United for Wildlife Financial and Transportation Task Forces to end illegal wildlife trafficking on a global scale. He delivered a speech about environmentalism and finding ways to protect the planet during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, which was really refreshing to hear. Said a former palace aide, "It was his way of speaking to the young generation from a very authentic place. It's where he believes he can make a difference." He is a military man. Prince William had a distinguished military career, like everybody in his family before him. Known as Flight Lieutenant Wales in the Royal Air Force, the prince served more than 7 years of full-time service and has flown 156 search and rescue missions as a helicopter pilot. After his military career, he worked as an air ambulance helicopter pilot in emergency services. He worked with doctors and paramedics to save lives. Because of this career, William is extremely disciplined. He has also worked closely with common people, which is one of the best qualities a royal can have. It gives him a perspective that he might not have got if he had been a sheltered royal. He can address crowds. Of course the Duke of Cambridge can address large crowds. William has been making public speeches for years, but it has been said that he can control the crowd. He is quite comfortable with public speaking and great at it too. Often, the Queen gives public addresses during difficult times in her country, and William will have to do the same thing when he becomes king. He is fun. Prince William looks every bit royal, but he also has a fun and goofy side that he isn't afraid to show. Remember the video of William rejoicing after his team won a big game? He was every bit a regular guy as he celebrated the win. Letting loose is so important, especially for a royal who shoulders the responsibilities of the entire kingdom. Nobody wants a grumpy, serious royal. He even revealed that the Brits need to loosen up. In Britain, we are nervous about our emotions. We are a bit embarrassed, he says. The British stiff upper lip thing, that's great and we need to have that occasionally, but otherwise, we've got to relax a little bit and be able to talk about emotions. We're not robots. He has his queen. A great ruler can rule even better when he has a solid rock to rely on. Kate is William's rock. William has often talked about how his wife is his support system. Both of them are incredibly supportive of each other and have got each other's back. He knows he will be a great king, and having Kate by his side just adds to that. Kate is his rock as they work as a team, a source said. William and Kate have been great at creating a healthy balance of being open to the public while also maintaining the mystery that surrounds the royal family. With his queen by his side, there is no doubt that William is going to be a great king and rule well. Everybody loves him. William is loved by the public. Just like his mother before him, pretty much everybody likes William. As a king, you need your citizens to like you for them to trust and accept you. It helps William that he is already a favorite choice for a king among the citizens. In a poll by express.co.uk, the Brits were asked if Prince William should be the next king. 76% answered yes. The people truly do love him. Former press secretary for the Queen, Dickie Arbiter, said William has the stature and confidence of a king in waiting. He knows how to set up. When tasked with responsibilities, William is more than capable of stepping up to the task and carrying out the work efficiently. We saw an example of this when Harry and Meghan left the monarchy. It was a difficult time for the royal family, and everyone had to step up more to cover for Harry and Meghan. During that time, William took on a large chunk of that burden, and he did so with grace. Even during the COVID lockdown, William was always working, not in person, but through video engagements. This is an important quality for a royal. You learn on the job. There is no rule book, William told British GQ in 2017. Having that difference in how we do things makes the royal family more interesting and more flexible. If we all followed the same line, it would all be quite stifled. Our characters are different, and the different opinions are important to have. He even works when sick. Being a royal is no easy feat, that's for sure. You don't get days off. You are a royal for life. And when a royal has some commitments, they carry them out with honor and respect. They might not be spared even if they are ill, and William already has experience with that situation. Turns out, William was struggling with COVID at around the same time that his dad, Prince Charles, did, but he managed to keep it a secret. He did so because he didn't want to worry anyone as important things were going on, and he was hit pretty hard too. At one point, he even had difficulty breathing. But even though he was sick, he continued to show up for royal engagements virtually and never let on any signs of a problem. Now that's impressive. He is already prepping to be king. William won't be king immediately after Queen Elizabeth. He still has to wait for his father, Prince Charles, to be king first. Nonetheless, that hasn't stopped him from preparing to be the king. Prince William is already working pretty hard to prep for his reign. He has a few plans in place for the monarchy and the changes he will make. He is already thinking about the future of the monarchy. Now that's what we call a great royal. He has planned for the future. We know by now that William is well prepared to be a king and has been working on it for a long time now. But like a true royal, he has thought not only about his future, but also about Prince George's. According to a source, William has already begun explaining to George his future responsibilities. Not very seriously though. The kid would feel so overwhelmed if he learns at this age what he would do in the future. But William is good with that. He explains things to George in a very simple manner to keep it fun for him. He knows how to deal with the media. As a royal baby, William has not been in the spotlight. The media was always present through his parents' divorce, his mother's death, and then more recently through Megxit and the pandemic. He recently received a backlash after his royal tour of the Caribbean with Kate. William accepts that being in the spotlight is part of the job, and is fine with it, according to a source. He takes his future role as king seriously and sees it as a great honor and privilege to be in his position. The monarchy and his family will always come first. William has experienced the media enough to know how to deal or not deal with them. He has plans to modernize. Staying with the changing times is important for everyone if you want to be well-adjusted in the world. But it holds more weightage for a royal, as if you do not adapt to changing times, you are at risk of losing the institution. William understands this. He is already thinking about the changes he will make when he becomes the king. He is trying his best to modify the old system that people revere but mostly tolerate out of respect for the queen. While he respects protocol, he plans to modernize some aspects and is making it his mission to be more relatable than previous generations, an insider reported. He wants to stay relatable. He has already achieved a bit of his goal by launching a YouTube channel with Kate. If there is anyone who can modernize the rules while staying true to the roots, it's William. He recognizes the royal family's mantra of never complains, never explain, which has proved effective for them. But William also wants to have his voice. Prince William is loved by the public, and for all the right reasons. He is a great man and a great royal, and we are sure he will be a wise king too. Do you think the prince is a successful royal? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel for more content.